I've never been one to show up to a party on time. Not because I think arriving fashionably late is what the cool kids do, what with their cassette tapes and marijuana sticks.
Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell.
But because I'm just hopeless. This is probably why I haven't really played many Resident Evil games until recently. I'm currently playing through the Resident Evil Remake and man, that shit is tight, son!
Yummy!
Once I've finished it, I'm going to move on to Resident Evil 2 on the PS1. Give me some of that Leon Kennedy booty baby.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. Damn!
So, you can probably gather that I am not the most credible person to be talking about this, but playing Remake is getting me a wee bit excited for the eventual Resident Evil 2 remake. And I just wanted to fill your wax-filled ear holes with what I want from a Resident Evil 2 remake. Old school Resident Evil is known for them fixed camera angles, though they stole that shit from Alone in the Dark. Fixed camera angles do a great job at creating a claustrophobic atmosphere. Not knowing whether the path is clear, or if there is a Zambambo shuffling along like a resurrected corpse of LMFAO, is fantastic.
Every day I'm shuffling.
It creates a really tense experience that over-the-shoulder cameras can't do in the same way. I recently played Resident Evil 4 to completion for the first time, and I've got to say, it was fucking amazing.
So what do you mean you didn't like Resident Evil 4?
It was kind of too hard. It didn't really.
Just shut your mouth and enjoy like the best game ever made.
But the behind-the-camera shoulder meant that most of the time, you knew what was coming. Obviously, this was because Resident Evil 4 was moving towards action and wanted a smoother player experience, but I don't think it would work well with the Resident Evil 2 remake. Old school Resident Evils are known for being a spooky, scary skeleton experience, and fixed camera angles really add to that. Speaking of old school Resident Evil, even by today's standards, the pre-rendered backgrounds in the old school Resident Evil games look amazing. Well, not all of them. This only got better with the pre-rendered backgrounds in the Resident Evil remake, and man, they look good!
I've been really trying, baby.
3D graphics have come a long way, but they don't hold up as well when compared to Remake's pre-rendered backgrounds. What I have seen of Resident Evil 2, the pre-rendered backgrounds are full of character and add so much to the atmosphere. Imagine how good it would look in HD. The streets of Raccoon City, full of destruction and gore. Or the abandoned Raccoon City Police Department would look fucking ridiculous with a new coat of paint. It worked so well in the original remake, so it only makes sense to do the same thing with Resident Evil 2. Die-hard fans of Resident Evil 2 have played that game so many times, and it is regarded by many as the best in the franchise. This means they know that shit like the back of their hands. Because people are so familiar with the original, it would only make sense to add new areas and puzzles to the Resident Evil 2 remake. Not only would adding new content keep fans on their toes, but provide them with a newer experience. Replaying the original game with a new coat of paint is cool and all, but adding more content can really boost a player's enjoyment of the experience. The original remake added new areas, puzzles, and scenarios that added to the game in a positive way. Also, altering aspects of the game that have aged poorly can really improve the experience for new players and bring the game up to the standards of today. Apparently, more details about the Resident Evil 2 remake will be announced soon. At this point in time, we really don't know much about it besides it's happening. Hopefully Capcom doesn't butcher this title and gives Resident Evil 2 and Leon's hot buns a remake they deserve.